guys, it's Grace from Grace Gets Gastric, and I realized recently that it's been a while since I've done a meal prep video. In fact, I've only done one so far, and it was pretty early on. So I thought I would try to bring that back and post a few more recipes of the things that I'm making as I do meal prep every Sunday to stay on track. So today I am going to be making turkey, meatloaf, bacon, cheeseburger muffins. That was really poorly said. So basically mini meatloaf muffins, but I'm using ground turkey and it's going to be kind of like bacon cheeseburger inspired. So stick around and you'll see how those are made.
So I'm here today to show you how to make these bacon cheeseburger turkey meatloaf muffins. I'm going to go ahead and link the recipe that inspired me below, but as always I made some additional modifications, so I'm going to show you the recipe with my modifications here. So what you'll want is bacon bits. I used 6 tablespoons of bacon bits. Alternatively, you could use just cooked bacon and chop it up. I used a cup of these chopped yellow onions, or you can just chop up your own. I used about a half of this package of chives, 3 cloves of garlic, a pound of lean ground turkey. I used 2 ounces of chopped, or I actually think it ended up being like 1.5 ounces of chopped pork rinds, a 1/4 cup of non-fat milk, 1 egg, about a half a tablespoon of tomato paste. You can also use mustard if you want mustard in there. I didn't. Salt and pepper, of course, half a cup of sharp cheddar cheese. And then as far as equipment goes, you'll want a muffin pan, some cooking spray, which I didn't include, but you'll want that. And then some kind of food processor to chop up the pork rinds, or you could just use a plastic bag. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is take those 3 cloves of garlic, and you want to mince those up. If you have like the pre-minced garlic, that will work fine here. But you want that garlic in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my pork rinds next. So I was going to use 2 ounces, but I only had about 1.5 ounces left in this bag. So I'm using the rest of this bag. I've got a mini food processor here and I've put it in there. And I'm just going to pulse it in the food processor until it's ground up to a breadcrumb consistency. You can also put these in like a plastic Ziploc bag and smash them if you prefer. So now I'm going to go ahead and saute the onions. So I am using pre-chopped onions, a cup. You can chop your own onion if you'd like, but this was easier for me. So I'm just going to saute those for, 5-7 minutes until they're kind of translucent and a little bit golden. I'm not super caramelizing them. And I think I just put some spray or nothing down. You can use oil if you want. I just didn't want the extra fat calories. So I've got those in here. Once you have got those nice and sauteed, you can add the garlic. I think I added a little bit of oil to get a little bit of wetness in there, and then I threw in that chopped garlic, and you're just going to saute that for another minute or 2 till the garlic gets a little bit fragrant. You don't want it to burn. Just want to soften it up a little bit. And then I took that off the heat and went over to chop my chives. Like I said, I used about half a package. You could also use green onions if you prefer. I don't usually get those because I never go through a whole thing and then I just have rotting green onions in my fridge, but whatever you have on hand. And then it's time to soak the pork rinds in the milk. So I've got the pork rinds in this bowl, and then I've got my fat-free milk, and I am going to add a 1/4 cup of that and just mix it together. I am very messy mixer, and it's a shallow bowl, but do what you can. So then we've got this egg. I'm going to go ahead and crack that in a big bowl and whisk it up. And then I'm going to add my package of ground turkey to that egg. So I'm just going to dump that right in there, as well as the pork rind milk mixture. And I'm just going to mix all of that together. So kind of chopping up the meat with my spoon, and then just mixing in the pork rind milk mixture and the egg till it's like nice and mixed together, kind of a dough, if you will, before I add everything else in. So you'll see I'm putting it on the scale here because I'm going to go ahead and weigh out my half a cup of sharp cheddar cheese. I think it's more accurate than using a measuring cup, whatever works for you. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and add in the bacon bits here. So I've got 6 tablespoons of bacon bits, You can throw in your chopped bacon if you'd like here. And once you've got that in, I'll go ahead and add my tomato paste. I was planning to add 1 tablespoon, but it turns out I only had about a half a tablespoon left in this little container, so that's what I'm using. If you want to use mustard, you can use that here as well. And then I'm throwing in the chives as well as the onion garlic mixture from earlier. And then I'm just going to give this a really good mix. Make sure that everything is really evenly distributed throughout the meat mixture so that we can fill our muffin tin. So I've got my muffin tin here. I'm going to go ahead and spray that with some kind of cooking spray. I'm using PAM. And then I'm going to fill these up. I'm going to fill them about to the top. You just want it kind of even level. They're not going to expand, so you can just fill them as much as you want. So I've got 9 muffins here. Your mileage may vary, but I had 9 and I cooked them in the oven for 45 minutes at 350 degrees. So you'll see here, I've got the macros per muffin for 9 muffins. Again, your mileage may vary depending on how many you get, but for a muffin, it is 163 calories, 17.6 protein, 9 grams of fat, and 2.9 carbs. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you're liking these kinds of videos, and I'll do more of them. Bye, guys.